Running an agency is not easy. You have to manage your clients and compete with other competitors at the same time. But trust me, your competitors aren't better. They're just faster and smarter at managing projects than you. While you're buried in messy project threads and scattered tools, they are winning clients on autopilot. This video is all about guiding you to the path to success and helping you quietly turn every new client into a repeat one. Like them, managing your client's project starts when they say, "Let's do it," and ends when your work earns their final seal of approval. Between the handshake and the happy client, there is a minefield of tasks, missed deadlines, forgotten follow-ups, and at least one person yelling, "Wait, who was supposed to do that?" If your current workflow is a mess and you're just trying to survive each week, there is a better way. Let's break this down from an agency's perspective. First things first, you need that payment. That's when the project really kicks off. Then comes the real deal, keeping everything organized. You've got tasks to assign, deadlines to watch, and progress to track. And through it all, your client can't be left in the dark. They need to stay in the loop with all the updates, changes, and approvals. Now imagine this entire process automated. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to take payments for your services using Paymattic, organize your project with FluentBoards, and automate the entire process from payment confirmation to client updates with FluentCRM step by step. So let's start with the first critical step, client payment setup. For that, my choice is Paymattic because it's super simple to work with. I can either build a form from scratch, choose a ready-made template, or maybe import one within seconds. Since I've already created my payment authorization form, let me quickly show you how it looks. So as you can see, it has all the essentials: name, email, package options, and a payment method. Perfect for collecting client payments. Now, to make this whole process smarter, I need to connect with FluentCRM. Before that, let me check whether the integration is enabled or not. Let's open the integration and spot FluentCRM. Well, as you can see, it's not enabled yet. So what I'll do is I'll just toggle it on and we're good to go. It's time to head back to the form. Here, I need to set up a feed to link this form to FluentCRM. So I'll go to the integrations, hit the add button, and FluentCRM shows up as an option. So let's go with that. The feed name looks good. I'll select the FluentCRM list where new client info will be added after form submission and map the fields to make sure everything stays synced. Okay, then I will choose some tags and tick the boxes that fit my vision. The feed is already enabled, so all I need to do is hit the Create button and the process completes here. Now I'll grab the form shortcode and paste it on my payment page. And just like that, it's done. From now on, whenever I finalize a project with a client, they can access my page and make their payment with ease. As I have already discussed with a client and he's waiting on the other end, let me show you how it works. Here's my form. My client will just fill in the details and move to the payment. From there, they will just provide the details and hit pay to confirm the payments. That's it. This is one of many occurrences. And as an agency owner, I'm going to create an automation now so that every time someone submits the payment form, they get a reply automatically. So let's go to FluentCRM and open the automation. I will hit the New Automation and then select Create from Scratch. Here I have a couple of triggers to get started, but I will go with list applied. After that, I will handpick the list I used in the feed creation. But if you want, you can go for other triggers and adjust the settings according to your needs. Oh, I forgot to name my automation. So I will cut the existing one and write it as payment confirmation automation. And of course, save it. Now, each time a payment comes in, the contact gets added and the automation fires up. The next step is to notify the client about starting their project. It's also a great opportunity to greet them warmly, introduce them to other services, and confirm that everything went through smoothly. For that, I will pick a custom email to craft a perfect email for my clients. Here, I will give it a clear internal label and write a subject line that aligns with their action. Okay, next, I have the email body. So this is where all the information is stored. And FluentCRM allows me to write, add, or embed anything I want using the email editor. Besides, I can also use shortcodes to fetch any information I want automatically. And to fasten this process, I have created an email previously and saved it as a template. So this time, I'll just import a template to keep it simple. Look at that, it's imported and looks pretty sleek. I will just save the changes, and that takes me back to the automation page. So since it's in the draft mode, I will switch it to published. And that sums up the whole process. From now on, every client who submits a payment form gets added to the CRM and receives a confirmation email all on autopilot. The payment is just the starting point of your project's journey. So once you start working on it, the first thing you need to do is get your project work sorted. And FluentBoards makes it a breeze. And that's also using its free version. Let's organize my project work task by task. As you can see, some of the projects I am working on are already there. Since I'm starting with a fresh one, let me just tap on Add Board. I'll just name my project board. And as I already crafted my project details, what I'll do is I'll just paste it into the description box. Okay, so this will help my team members to get an overview of the project right from the start. So let's save it. FluentBoards gives me a clean setup right away, 3 stages and a blank canvas to work with. But it's not limited to this. I can create as many stages as my project demands effortlessly, and also rename the existing ones if needed. See? Well, it's time to organize my tasks. If I click on the Add task, I will need to give it a title and save it. Tapping on it gives me access to everything I need to customize the task, even with the free version. The title is shining at the top. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a due date for this task, set a priority level, add some relevant levels, and write a description that will make it easier for my team members to follow. To make things even smoother for my team, I'm linking the client CRM profile right into the task, so all relevant info is right there. There are other smart options too. Like, I can join as an assignee, move tasks between stages, enable watch mode for real-time updates, and even change task covers to visually highlight the important stuff. I can also archive the task if I need to. And as you can see, my first task is ready to be assigned to my team members. So let me do it with ease. Well, the first task is sorted. Just like that, I'm going to create tasks and organize this board to manage my project with my team members. In the meantime, feel free to grab some coffee while the board takes shape. Now, take a look at this project board I've prepared. As you can see, it's clean, organized, and every task has a clear assignee. Everyone knows what they need to do, when to do it, and how it connects to the bigger picture. Plus, I've linked the client CRM profile directly to the board, so my entire team has access to relevant client details without switching tools or digging through notes. With the project work sorted, now it's time to make sure your client knows what's happening without writing update emails 10 times a week. I'm going to do it using FluentCRM and FluentBoards, the perfect combo that automates the project communication. All right, let's move on to the fun part, automation. Just like before, I'll open the automation panel. Okay, I can choose from a list of templates or start from scratch. This time, what I'm going to do is I'm starting from scratch, so you can see the entire process step by step. Now, if I move to FluentBoards, I get access to 2 key triggers. The first one fires when a contact is added to a task. That means whenever I assign someone on my team to a new task, they get notified automatically. No need for the messages, emails, or a reminder. The second trigger is even more powerful. It activates when a task moves from one stage to another. That's exactly what I need to keep my clients updated about the progress of their project in real time. So since this tutorial is more about client communication, I'm going with a state change trigger. I'll name this automation State Changed Update, but of course, feel free to call it whatever works for you. Then, I'll select the project board this automation should apply to, followed by defining the from stage and the target stage. This way, anytime a task moves between those 2 specific stages, the automation gets triggered. Lastly, I will take the checkbox and save the settings. Now it's time to notify the client. I'll pick a custom email option. Just like I did earlier, I'll import a pre-written email template. Okay. Tweak it if necessary, and save the changes. One final tap, and the automation is live. And just like that, whenever the task moves, the connected client contact gets a notification without me lifting a finger. This is how, from here on, my clients stay informed without my team sending a single manual update. Keeping clients notified is important, but asking for their feedback whenever a task is completed is crucial. My next automation is going to cover this. Just as I did earlier, I will pick the state change trigger and set the target stage to complete. This way, whenever any task is moved to the completed stage, the automation will kick off. As I want to get the feedback from my client, now I'm going to take a custom email and personalize it exactly the way my project requires with all the details. Great, looks perfect. Once my clients get notified about the changes, what about getting feedback from them? Well, don't worry. Let's just embed a previously created form link into the email so my client can submit his feedback. And after submitting the form, it will be directly added to my project board as a task. If you want to know more about it, you can check the short tutorial on it. After that, go ahead and give it a green signal to get things rolling. And that's how you automate the project update, collect clients' feedback, and run your project smoothly using FluentCRM. If you want to build a sustainable business, you must try to create long-lasting relationships with your clients. What can be better than doing it automatically? Before wrapping things up, I'm going to show you how you can nurture your clients with regular updates and create more upsell or cross-selling opportunities using automation even after completing the client's project. let's trigger the automation with a tag applied. From here, name this automation so it's easier to find later. Select the tag, define a condition, and hit save. Since this is the first email after project completion, it's a great time to say thanks. I'll choose a custom email and put in a pre-built thank you template. Okay, perfect. Next, setting the waiting period, say 3 to 5 days, before sending the next email. Meanwhile, let's prepare a personalized offer tailored to the client. But here's the smart part. We can check if they opened the thank you email. For that, let's add a condition and set the data properties. Based on their action, my next move will be planned. In case a client has opened the email, go ahead and grab another custom email and send them a personalized offer just for them. But if they didn't open it, I'll add them to a nurturing sequence to gradually increase interest. As you can see, everything's in place, so let's make the automation live and let the system take care of the rest. As simple as it looks. So there you have it. From payment to project updates to feedback and follow-ups, your entire client journey just got a major upgrade with FluentCRM automation. With FluentCRM and FluentBoards working in sync, you're not just managing projects, you're building better client relationship faster. If this made your workflow smoother, show some love with a like and subscribe. And if you've got questions or use cases you want me to cover, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear how you're planning to automate your agency next. So until next time, stay organized, stay efficient, and keep growing with FluentCRM. Grow it now!